Hey, welcome back to another video. My name is Kara Michelle and I'm here to help you live your truth. I am so excited to have you here. Today I really want to talk about the role that you are playing in your life and how your current role is keeping you stuck. And some people are going to be triggered by this for sure. I know I used to be triggered by this a lot before I started doing this work and before it all clicked and made sense. So it's a different way of looking at things, and often it's kind of scary and intimidating to take radical responsibility and ownership for our life and the choices we make, the beliefs we have, the actions we're doing every day. So this might trigger you. this might like spark something in you, but that's a good thing because that's going to create a lot of awareness and it's going to help you to shift and start moving forward in the direction you want to take. So let's dive in. So something that's really common that I see with my clients and with people in general is just their role and the character and the identity that they are playing every single day, and they feel like this is who they are, and they really identify so strongly with those beliefs around who they are and what they're capable of. And it's this exact mindset, this exact role that's keeping them stuck. So let's look at an example so I can really make sense of this for you. For me, I had some bad things happen in my life and I really started to take on the role of the victim. And even while I was doing it, I never felt like I was this oh, woe is me, poor me, my life's horrible. I always knew that there were people who had it worse off than me. I always had my head on my shoulders, still knowing it could still be worse. But there was this attachment I had to all of the struggles that had me feeling like this was something I deserved, this was something I attracted, this was something that was going to be so heavily attached to me for the rest of my life, and really, really identifying and clinging to it. And when you do that, you're just solidifying the struggles and the beliefs. And as well as that, when you continue to play the same story over and over in your head, you're just solidifying the neural networks and making those stronger. So your brain is becoming more and more patterned at telling that old disempowering victim story. So someone told me this once and I absolutely love it. If you think about a bar of soap, like one of those hard bars of soap, and if you were to just move your finger back and forth on it, you're going to eventually start to build a little groove, right? And then the more you do it, the bigger the groove, and all of a sudden you've got this big divot in the bar of soap. And this is pretty much a perfect representation of your brain and how your thoughts get deeper and deeper and more ingrained in your mind the more you do them or think them, right? So the more time you spend thinking oh, nothing ever works out for me, life's so hard, you're just constantly digging that hole deeper and deeper into the soap that is your mind. You following? So if you are constantly saying, I'm not good enough at this, I really want this job, but I'm probably not good enough, so I'm not gonna apply. Oh, I really like this person, but I'm not good enough. They could do so much better. They're not gonna like me. Oh, I really wish I could do this for a career or start my own business or go back to school or study XYZ, whatever it is, but I don't think I'm smart enough. I'm not good enough to do it. The more and more you tell yourself that story, the deeper that belief becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind and in who you identify with and how you identify in the world. So you start to just walk through everyday life as the person who's not good enough. You have the energy, you have the beliefs, you have the demeanor of someone who is not good enough and isn't deserving of anything better. And it's that exact mindset and energy and belief that I had that kept me attracting shitty guys and people who didn't respect me or treat me well, and jobs and bosses who tried to take advantage of me and really cross the line all the time. But it's because I didn't believe I was good enough. I didn't believe I deserved better. And so I had this energy, and when these things happened, I just kind of was well, of course it happened. I don't deserve any better than that. Or well, it happened before, so of course it happened again. Like I continued to identify and stay stuck in this really disempowered and shitty story. But it was when I started understanding how my own beliefs, how my mindset, how my energy every single day, the way I was showing up dictated what was coming my way. This is where people get triggered because they don't like to take responsibility for their life. It's so much easier to just blame external circumstances, people, situations, right? Anyone else but yourself for your situation. When you take ownership, it feels scary at first, I think, because we don't want to admit that we played a part in our current situation. It's so much easier to blame it on everyone else. But the reality is you did play a part in getting to where you are right now. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing, because that means you can play a part in getting yourself out of that story and getting to where it is you really want to be and becoming the hero, becoming the victor instead of the victim, and really stepping into that place in a new level, in a new way. So when I started doing all this work on myself and shifting out of these old beliefs and really starting to embody a new person, I want you to take a second right now, and you can close your eyes and sit up nice and tall wherever you're sitting, and take a deep breath in and a nice exhale out the mouth. Just let it all out. And another breath in and another exhale out. Just releasing anything that's kind of holding on right now and keeping you tense. And as you continue to breathe, whatever feels natural for you, I want you to think about who it is you want to be in life. Who you envision yourself showing up as. What does this person look like? How energized are they? How confident are they? How do they speak when they're talking to other people? How do they think of themselves? What's their mind telling them all day? That's saying, oh, you can do this. You're great. You've got this. This is so exciting. I love life. I love what I'm doing. I'm making a difference. I'm so passionate that I'm fulfilling my dreams. Or is the mind saying, I can't do this. It's never going to work. I'm never going to get there. This is too hard. Life's a struggle. Everything's out to get me. I don't deserve it. What kind of mindset does your dream self have? And I show this contrast here because I want you to see and be able to compare where you currently are, most likely, versus where you'd like to be. And I want you to get to that empowered space so you can open your eyes. But the point is, the person you see yourself with, the person you see yourself as and you'd like to identify with, your dream self, who's doing all the things you want to do. They're confident. They're not afraid to take chances or to try new things or to meet new people or to whatever it is you want to do. They're going for it. And that version of yourself is totally possible to become, but you need to change the beliefs and the identity of who you are right now to become that person. Because there's a major disconnect here, right? The current thoughts and current reality you have is your current identity. That's your current spot right now. Where you want to be, your dream life, your dream self, your dream mindset, that's where to get there, you have to become someone different. You have to release and shed that old identity first. And this is where that radical responsibility comes in, because it can be very easy to just say, no, I'm going to continue blaming everyone else. I'm going to continue blaming my circumstance, shaking my fist at God or the universe or whatever I believe in, and saying, why me? Why aren't you bringing me better things? That's the victim. That's the victim, and that's the ego coming out. So I want you to be aware of that. And without me, I'm not here to point fingers. I've been in that place before myself. I know it. It's normal. It's part of being a human being. But if you want to make a change and you want to create something different for yourself and you want to get to this place, then please listen. And please realize that by taking accountability, by creating awareness, by working on your thought patterns that then become your beliefs, and changing those beliefs to something more positive and empowering, you are only naturally going to end up getting there. Maybe it happens right away, maybe it takes years, depends what tools you use, it depends if you get on the fast track or if you continue struggling, it depends if you have the community, the support, the mentorship, but you can get there. And it's like that soap I talked about. You've got these old grooves and these old divots from that same old story. Day in and day out, you're telling yourself the same story. I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it. Those are very deeply ingrained. But that doesn't mean that they can't be fixed or replaced or reshaped in a new way. And that's the beauty of the mind. That's the beauty of how capable we are as human beings. And one of the biggest ways to help shift that quickly is to believe and create a new identity for yourself. Because staying where you are right now, you're solidifying that divot even more. You're continuing to make that soap. I'm tired of using the soap analogy, to be honest. That's enough of that. But you're making those beliefs a lot stronger every single day. And if you continue to stay in the same environment, the same job, the same friendship circles, the same whatever day-to-day life, it's really hard to create new beliefs and new patterns from that place because you're living in the same pattern as you always have been. This is why for me, travel was such a big catalyst. I didn't do it for the reason of creating new beliefs and stuff like that. I was unaware of it at the time. But a beautiful thing about travel was that I got to create a new story every time. So when I met new people, I didn't feel like that girl from Canada whose brother had died, who was sexually assaulted, who had all these things happen, and was like, wah, wah, wah. I didn't feel like that. I got to introduce myself as this new person. Like, hey, I'm Kara. I do this. I just finished working with elephants. I'm doing the year of travel. I'm really excited about that. Oh, you've been here? I want to go there. You know, like my story and my identity got to change because I was stepping out of the normal patterns and routine of my day-to-day life. And obviously not everyone can take off and travel. Well, they can, but maybe not. Now is not the best time for that. So I want to help share something with you to shift out of this place and do some more awareness around this so you can create the new identity. And I've just created a free mindset training where I talk way more about this. This training is mind-blowing. Like, my own mind gets blown every time I watch it, and like I made it and I teach this stuff, but it's just crazy to see what you're capable of when you have the right steps and when you create this major awareness around your life, your environment, your beliefs, and your identity. So if you want that, I'm posting that down below so you can use the link to check it out. And it's going to share with you so much more than what I'm talking about right now on this video about creating a new identity and the 3 common mistakes that keep people so stuck in their old story, their limiting beliefs, their feeling not good enough, all of that. And also sharing my 3-step system to get out of that. So it's worth a watch for sure. It'll blow you away. And then the last thing I just want to say is remembering that with awareness, you can bring change. So whether you found this video to trigger you, whether you agree or not that you have control over your life and your mind, doesn't really matter. It does, but it doesn't. What matters most is that you start to create awareness of your thoughts. You start to become aware, and like you use this exercise that I guided you through before and really think about who it is that you want to be. What do they look like? How would they be living? How would they think? How would they show up? What kind of actions would they take? What new habits would they have? Like, what does their health look like in mind, body, and soul? Because if you can have a clear vision of who it is you want to become, then you start to create that awareness and you start to shift away from all the things that don't line up with it. One of the problems is people don't even have an idea. They don't ever set a plan or a clear goal for who it is they want to be. So they just stay stuck with their normal routine. They go through the motions and then they feel unfulfilled and wonder why they never get there. But if you don't have a plan and something to work towards and a clear goal for your life, you're definitely not ever going to get there. So the biggest thing is really, really taking some time after this video, reflect, journal on it, write some notes, really sit down and think about who do you want to become. And then throughout your day-to-day life, when things don't match up, when certain old thoughts come up or you're acting a certain way, and it doesn't match, ask yourself, is this what my future self would do? Is this what my dream self would do? Is this how they live? And if it's not, then you have the chance to stop that pattern or stop that belief and create something that's more aligned with becoming the person it is you want to be. So I will leave you with that for today. Again, if you want to watch the free training, it is all about conquering your mind and doing this work, this really deep work on your limiting beliefs, your old story, creating a new empowered identity and version of yourself so that you can shift out of that place and start living out your dreams. And as I said a little bit in here, that is what I've done in my own life, where I went from this really struggled place, this insecurity, anxiety, fear, doubt, like all these heavy struggles and things that were weighing me down, to being a mindset coach for women, to traveling all around the world, to having multiple businesses, the freedom, the flexibility, the joy, the confidence, all of the things I need to do my life, to live my best life and do what I love every day. So it is possible. You do not have to stay stuck in the old story. You do not have to stay stuck in your limiting beliefs. And this free training will help you with that. So check it out, and I'll see you on the next video.